All right, let's crack open one of the most raw and intense plays in American theater, Eugene O'Neill's Desire Under the Elms. We're going to break down the very beginning of this story, which, let me tell you, is less of a family drama and more of a pressure cooker just filled with hate, greed, and this simmering need for revenge. So before we even meet a single person, O'Neill introduces us to the real main characters of the story, these massive, brooding elm trees that just hang over the Cabot farmhouse. And listen to O'Neill's own words here. These aren't just trees, they're a presence. They protect and subdue. There's a sinister maternity to them. I mean, wow. Right from the jump, you get this heavy, oppressive, almost gothic feeling. So, with that creepy vibe hanging in the air, we get to meet our first character. And no, it's not a person. It's the farmhouse itself. And this place feels way less like a home and a whole lot more like a prison, just trapping everyone and everything inside. I mean, just look at the details O'Neill gives us. The walls are a sickly grayish color, like the house itself is ill. The parlor shades, the room for guests in life, they are always drawn down, just shutting out the world. This is a closed-off, decaying place, totally suffocated by those elms. Every single detail just screams neglect and entrapment. This isn't just a setting, it's a cage. Okay, so now it's time to meet the inmates of this prison. We've got the 3 Cabot sons. They work this land, they live together, and they are totally united by one single powerful emotion, this deep, burning resentment for their father. The 2 older brothers, Simeon and Peter, they're described as bovine, like cattle, just worn down and stooped from a lifetime of hard labor. But the youngest, Eben, he's different. He's described as a wild animal in captivity. See, there's a fire in him that the farm hasn't quite stomped out. At least, not yet. But all 3 of them are literally earth-stained, as if the soil itself is just slowly consuming them. So what do these worn-out guys dream about? Gold. California. This far-off, almost mythical place. It's their fantasy of escape. But what's their actual reality? It's right here. Endless, back-breaking work, piling stones on top of stones, not to build something great, but to make walls that literally fence us in. Their work just makes the prison walls thicker.
And this quote right here, this gets to the absolute heart of it. They feel like they haven't just worked the land, they've been fed to it. Their youth, their strength, their entire lives have been plowed under, left rotting in the ground just to make the soil better for their father's crops. They see themselves as just another resource to be used up and discarded. And where is this father they hate so much, Ephraim Cabot? Well, he's been gone for 2 months. Not a letter, not a single word. And the brothers? They're not just wondering where he is, they are actively hoping he's dead, fantasizing about this farm finally being theirs. It says a lot about the guy that his absence feels just as oppressive as his presence.
But things are about to get even more complicated. Because while all the brothers hate their father, the youngest son, Eben, has a reason that goes so much deeper. It's personal, and to him, it's sacred. His fight isn't just about land, it's about a ghost. You see it right here. When his brothers remind him that Ephraim is their father, Eben's reaction is just instant and violent, not mine. And right there, bam, you see it. His hatred is on a whole other level. For Eben, this isn't just about hard work, it's a complete rejection of his own blood. And here's why. This is it. This is Eben's core accusation. He truly believes his father is the one who killed his mother, not by accident, but through pure cruelty and greed. And so, this becomes Eben's mission in life. He's not just trying to get the farm or escape, no. He's on a quest for vengeance. He's trying to bring peace to his mother's spirit, which he believes is literally trapped on the farm, unable to rest. So here's the deal in Eben's mind. This farm was never his father's to begin with. He is completely convinced it belonged to his mother, that Ephraim basically stole it and then worked her to death to keep it. He feels her presence everywhere, and he's sure she can't rest until justice is served. And this is what makes Eben so explosive. It's what makes him the center of this whole play. His brothers, they dream of a future escape with money. But Eben's desire is all tangled up in the past. It's for something way more primal, something much more dangerous, and that makes him a real force to be reckoned with. So the brothers are stuck. They're in this grim cycle of work and hate, just waiting for their old man to die.
But that entire reality is about to be shattered by one piece of news. The news that's going to light the fuse on this whole powder keg. So the big question is, after 2 long months of them hoping he's dead and buried somewhere, where in the world is Ephraim Cabot? Well, he's not dead. He's coming home, and he is not coming alone. He's bringing a new wife. This is the bombshell that changes absolutely everything. And the details are just pure salt in the wound. Their father, at 76 years old, has gone and married a woman named Abbie, who's only 35. Now, to Eben, this isn't about love. This isn't about loneliness. This is a deliberate act of war, done for one reason and one reason only, to spite us. This right here lays out the new reality perfectly. For Simeon and Peter, their simple plan of just waiting for their father to die and getting their inheritance, gone. Poof. The new wife, she stands to get everything. But for Eben, oh, it's so much worse. This isn't just a financial problem. This is a desecration of his mother's memory. It's a stranger, a skunk, in his mother's house, sleeping in his mother's bed. And you can just feel Eben's raw disgust here. It's physical. He doesn't see a woman. He sees a thief, an animal, an accomplice in his father's crimes. And this is where that title, Desire Under the Elms, really starts to spark. Because it's not just about lust. It's about this all-consuming desire for land, for justice, and for revenge. So here we are. We have a house that is literally haunted by the past. A family just boiling over with resentment. And a father returning with a young wife who is a threat to absolutely everything they want. The stage is set. And what happens when she arrives to claim it all? Well, that's where this American tragedy truly begins.